Number of memorable roles in critically acclaimed films, including Donnie Darko, Brokeback Mountain, and Nightcrawler this month. He stars in the highly anticipated feature Southpaw, and we had a chance to watch it, and it's just an incredible film about a boxer looking to rise up after a personal life that falls apart. Take a look.
All I need is 6 weeks. I need 6 weeks. I'll give you my everything. You get my everything. It's about my family. I can't lose my darling.
And Jake Gyllenhaal joins us now. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Nice to see you, Jake. And first of all, congratulations on the film. You must be really proud. I mean, it is a great film.
I am. I'm proud of it. It's a movie about family and about love, and I'm very proud of it.
Well, the thing that struck me about this film, for those of us that follow boxing just sort of casually, it seems really glamorous, right? But this really kind of examines the psychological toll it takes on boxers, the underbelly of boxing. Is that what drew you to this film and to this role?
I think what drew me to the film is really the relationship between father and daughter in the movie, and about, what a guy who starts off the movie not being a father, but not really knowing how to be a father, and then learning throughout the process of the film really how to take care of his daughter and their relationship. And the young girl who plays my daughter in the movie is just an extraordinary actress. So, I mean, that was to me why I wanted to do the movie. The boxing was something I didn't know how to do and had to learn how to do, which was basically just terror that taught me how to do it. But like everything else was really from the heart and about family. And that's
talk to us a bit about that if you could, sorry, because I was reading that you really had to learn how to sort of take a punch, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really learn how to do, well, you do learn how, I guess, to take a punch, but you just take it. But yeah, I trained for 5 months for it, and I figured that if I trained twice a day, then I would make 5 months into 10 months, and then I trained twice a day for 5 months pretty intensely and learned how to box.
Punching you like in the face during this film, is that right?
That's what happens in boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's typically,
hopefully not, but it happens.
I've watched boxing for a long time, kind of like at my dad's knee when I was little, and then as I grew up, and I've always found it fascinating because it's such a solitary thing.
Yes.
Where you're making your decisions on your own, you suffer the pain on your own, and your character Billy Hope, I just saw a documentary called Champs recently at Hollyfield and people like that, and one of the things they said was, you'll never see a rich white kid get into boxing, and that's the story with Billy Hope as well. Well, he's had a tough life.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up as an orphan, and he was in the system through most of his childhood, never knew his parents, and then he met his wife also in the system, and she actually happens to be an orphan too. So, there are a lot of things that conspire against the two of them, and they kind of come through it. And then you start the movie with the two of them in great success and everything they've built. And a lot of the things they've built are his anger based on his upbringing and where he comes from, and that he comes from nothing. And then all those things really ultimately throughout the movie get taken away, and he has to figure out how to make a life out of none of the material things.
Your wife, by the way, played by Canadian favorite Rachel McAdams.
She's Canadian, really?
Really?
I had no idea. I actually saw her at Whole Foods about 6 months ago.
Oh, you
Didn't
did?
say anything, but she was in front of me in
She's a healthy
line.
Canadian. Yes. Maybe that's redundant, but I mean,
Also in this film, though, is 50, right? Not 50, but 50 Cent.
You can pronounce it however you feel most comfortable pronouncing it. That's
really
my
great,
decision.
though. He's got some chops, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's great, and he's worked with Floyd Mayweather a lot, so he knows the sport of boxing. He manages boxers in general. So when he came over into the movie, he brought all this knowledge, and we improv'd in the movie a lot. So it was a lot of, just trying things out, and a lot of the things he says in the movie are things he actually says to the boxers that he works with. One of my favorite lines is, she says, we're going to take some time off, and he says, if you give him some time off, he might actually sit around and bite his own hand off, which is one of my favorite lines in the movie.
That was ad-libbed?
Yeah, and it was ad-libbed. Yeah, it was
amazing.
ad-libbed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really incredible, and I was reading different things about you leading up to this, and one writer referred to you as a shapeshifter, looking at Nightcrawler, and not so much that it's just, yes, it's a physical transformation, but that you inhabit it in that way, that whether it's that you felt like you had to look hungry, or then, of course, like a boxer. Do you think that sounds accurate in a description?
I mean, I think the craft of acting is a very interesting one to me, and something that I don't always feel is around acting as much anymore these days. The idea of immersing yourself into something, learning about life and what's actually happening in reality is what makes acting so interesting to me, not sort of using it as a way of avoiding reality. I like getting in there and seeing what people are doing every day and learning. You know, like I don't think you should ever stop learning, and that's the goal, not just about acting, but about the world. So that's what I try and do, and that's what I'm blessed to be able to do.
Yeah, well, listen, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, I want to talk to you about that a little more and explore that, because to me, you seem like really kind of the actor's actor, if that's fair.
Maybe.
Yeah, try and stick around.
I'll take anything.
We'll have more with Jake right after this.